Hi, welcome to Adventures on a Dad Bike. Today I'm going to go through my bike packing setup, what I packed, how I packed it, how I loaded it on my bike. For my latest trip, it was 3 days, 2 nights on some gravel roads, some rail trails, and some paved sections. I found I had everything I needed. I wasn't overpacked and I wasn't underpacked. And this is how I did it. Starting at the front of the bike, I had this 7-liter handlebar pack. It was mounted on this extender, handlebar extender. I did a video review of this and how I mounted it in a different video. This works pretty well. My only problem was because it's so packed, I have a lot of stuff in here, it interfered with some of my video footage from my GoPro. So I have to find a better way around that. I can mount it a little lower. If I go too low, it starts rubbing on the wheel. So this is a little work in progress. I still haven't quite figured it out. But anyway, I'll show you how I loaded this. It's attached with 2 straps here, and there's a strap. It's essentially a head tube strap, but I wrapped it around these Titan straps that hold on my sleeping bag so that it wouldn't drop too far. I'm thinking maybe if I lower these down a little bit this way, so it doesn't rub on the wheel, but it gives me a little more clearance for my GoPro, or I'm going to raise my GoPro, one of the two. So this is just the Velcro head tube strap mount. Comes off here. It's on pretty tight because these Titan straps are on really well. And I'll show you what's in that. The main compartment, I have a little mini backpack, collapsible backpack. I use it for when I need food at night, throw it on my back. I was carrying a Camelback, so it was a little redundant, but really useful. Also, this is another cycling jersey, long sleeve. It's nice and loose, but it's a really good windbreaker. I kept it in here. I used it one morning when it was cool, and I used it in camp at night. Really good. And this is my other camera. It's a great camera. Little Panasonic Lumix Gx 85. I've carried the case with it just to give it a little extra padding. This is the camera. It's nice. I carried another lens in here too, a little 45 to 150 zoom. And this. Great camera. The only thing is, for a little mirrorless camera, it's quite heavy. So probably of all the things in this bag, this is the heaviest item. I still liked having it with me. It takes some nice video. Really nice photos too, so it's good to have with. So that's that. In the front pocket I had extra batteries for this camera and for my GoPro, some GoPro attachments, and I think that's it. Oh no, I also had a charging station for my phone, kept in here too. In this front pocket I had, this is just a cheap little rain poncho, because it wasn't supposed to rain, and it didn't, except for the thunderstorm we got overnight one night. But if I needed it, I could have thrown that on the ride. It's just small and light and easy to pack in. And some paper maps, just in case my digital stuff failed, which it didn't this time, but I have had it fail in the past, so I kept paper maps. Up here I have sunscreen, of course, really important. A bunch more of those Velcro straps, because you never know. My spectacles, very nice idea for spectacles, because they collapse right down into this amazing little folding system. Beautiful, small, flat, light, easy to pack. And that's it for the handlebar bag. So my sleeping bag is in a 8-liter dry bag, which I held on with these Titan straps. These are really good. They hold it really secure on this handlebar extender. I've done another video on the handlebar extender, how I attach that so it does not move. This is great, fantastic. It works so well. So these Titan straps are really good, really secure. I use this stretchy, kind of cheap Velcro strap just to hold the sleeping bag on until I can put the Titan straps on. But that's it for my sleeping bag. Goes on there, no problem. So this is the mount for my GoPro. It's a little Joby, which makes the flexible tripod I also have. But it's supposedly a bike light that I bought at a camera shop. But it comes with two tripod mounts on it. One's for the light, but they don't really say what the other one's for. I think it's amazing for a GoPro. So I've got my tripod mount for my GoPro mounted to this. It attaches in this little device here. Goes on the handlebar really securely. They have different sizes of these rubber rings for different handlebars. Really secure. So I think for me, because I had the problem with my handlebar bag, I'm going to extend this a little higher and try that out. But right now it's convenient. It's out of the way. It's in a really good spot. I like it. And this is my phone case, cheap from Amazon. I use it to carry a few emergency devices as well as my phone. I have a knife, some dog spray, coyote spray, a whistle just in case, and some drops for my allergy, and some tissue. That's it, easy access. So on my forks, I carry most of my camping stuff. So this is my tent. These Blackburn cages with these straps are fantastic. They really hold well. I just loosen them off when I'm in camp so I can just pull this out. And then it's easy to get back into the next day and just snug it down. So this contains my tent and a few other sleeping needs in here. On the other fork is more camping stuff. This is all my cooking supplies, food, my little alcohol stove, and a few other miscellaneous things, toiletries. A bunch of other stuff is in here. Same thing, I just loosen off the straps, put the tables in the way, get this off, and then it's quick and easy to put on the next day. So all three of my dry bags are 8 liter. This one is my sleeping bag. I'm not going to open that because it's a sleeping bag. This is my tent, so I will open that one to show you what's inside. And this is my cook gear, so I'll open that one to show you what's inside too. Dry bags are really good, really easy to stuff a lot in. 8 liters doesn't sound like a lot, but I get a lot in. So in this one is, this is my footprint, or ground sheet for my tent. My tent, Big Agnes, it's a discontinued model that I got. I got it for less than half price at the end of season last year. And that's it for that dry bag. This dry bag is all my cooking, camping stuff. And these are the tent pegs, tent poles. So in my cook bag, I have rope. Always have rope for making a laundry line, dry stuff out, whatever. It's my toiletry bag. I've got a better version for this because this is kind of stupidly large. But it just has toothbrush, shampoo, toothpaste, things like that. So yeah, that's a stupid size, so that will change. My camp towel, I made this, I took a regular towel and cut it in half because I thought it would shrink down a little more. It's still kind of bulky. I don't like the microfiber one, so I got to find a better solution. But that worked. It's just kind of stupid. Extra pair of socks. Oh, and all my food. So in here I had coffee, what's left of my oatmeal, matches, keep matches in a plastic bag. Still have some trail mix left over, so that'll be good tonight. And just coffee and coffee stuff. Had a lot of coffee because I shared with everybody. And this is my cook set. I did another video about this whole thing on another bike trip. This is my wind block. I made it myself. Hard to believe, I know, but you cannot buy that in stores. It's amazing. It also works as a stand for my pot. And there's my pot. Inside I have a little more rope. My single coffee filters that are classic from the 90s. My wash, wipe down, dry cloth. I just wrap my alcohol stove, which I made myself too. Again, can't buy that in a store. Some cleaning materials and my spork. And that's it, all going in that one dry bag. So all my camping equipment, sleeping bag, tent, all this cooking stuff goes in the 3 dry bags at the front of my bike. Works really well. Quite impressed. So a couple things up here. This is on with the actually pump straps. I used to have those cheap Velcro straps on, but they kept sliding. This snugs it down much better. So these are my tent poles and my tent pegs. It's in a different bag than came with the tent, but this works perfect. In here, on my mini frame bag, I keep snacks, among other things. So, Cliff Bar, this is my first aid kit. Another Cliff Bar, some trail mixes usually in here. This was pretty loaded when I started, but I went through quite a bit. On the other side is a few emergency things. I have a spare tube here, and some zip ties. Some of my GoPro stuff, some of it's missing, another tissue because I always need those, and whatever else I think I might need. Sometimes it's snacks, whatever I can fit in there. This pocket's a bit smaller, so I can't get as much into this side. Zip tie is really important. Below the frame bag I carry 2 water bottles. One of them's missing right now. One's full of water, the other one has an energy drink in it, and my bike pump. And in this lower bottle cage I have this perfectly sized little carrying case that I have all my tools and a spare tube. This is my saddle bag. It's an 8 to 12 liter dirt bag saddle bag. It works really well. I have in here all my clothes and my sleeping pad. Blow up sleeping pad is down on the bottom. It's a little heavier, so I put it in the front just to lower the weight a little bit. I also carry a coil with a combination lock, and I had a pair of sandals on the back. When I'm in camp, rather than take it all apart, I just unclip it here, take the lock off if I need it, take my sandals off, and unroll it from the back, and I leave it on my bike while I'm in camp. So in here is all the clothes I brought with. So I'm going to go through those really quickly. This is a long sleeve, another cycling shirt, but I used it in camp when it was cool at night. Long pants. This is an army roll. I watched a YouTube video about how to roll things really tight. So I've been rolling everything in this army roll method. Works really well. T-shirt, just for in camp. Again, more clothes. Another cycling shirt. I had 2 cycling shirts with me on the whole trip, but I didn't feel like I needed more. I didn't feel like I needed less. What else have we got in here? Oh, my bathing suit. Very important. Use that every day. And at the very bottom, that is my Climate inflatable sleeping mat. Really good. Packs up really well. It's a little heavier than everything, so I keep it right in the front. Keep the weight forward and down as much as I can. But it balanced out the saddlebag. It did sway a little bit, but I didn't notice it at all. My riding companion said I swayed a bit, but it seemed to counteract my pedal stroke, so I didn't notice it. It was perfect. Everything worked really well. This is great, and it's waterproof. Hard to believe that all of this went on one bike in one pretty compact setup that was well balanced, rode well, and served my purposes perfectly. I was not overpacked, and I didn't have too little stuff. All of that on one bike, driven by one man. So that was it. That's everything I got on the bike for that 3-day, 2-night trip. Seems like a lot of stuff when you look at it like this. A few little adjustments, like my handlebar bag. Need to lower that or raise my GoPro. Not sure how I'm going to deal with that, but it's all pretty minor. The trip went really well. I had such a great time. The bike rode so well. The balance was good. I didn't feel overloaded, overburdened. I watched some videos where guys are carrying like 80 pounds on their bikes. I know they're going for long trips, but that seems absurd to me. This worked well. Yeah, I could probably use a few more things for longer trips and for cooler weather, but overall this worked great. So if you like this video, you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.